Hello, and welcome to this episode of Batavia Spotlight, where we get to know more about community organizations and businesses here in Batavia and in our local communities. I'm Ellen Huxtable, your host. So let's get started. Today we have Holly Deachman, President of the Rotary Club of Batavia. Thank you for being with us, Holly.
So happy to be here, Ellen. Love being in the BATV studios.
Oh, absolutely. Home away from home sometimes, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us about Rotary? What is the mission of Rotary? What does Rotary do?
So Rotary, the motto of Rotary is service above self. And that's the general idea of everything that we do. We are a local organization, and we try to help as many as we can, from local projects all the way out to international service projects as well. We're a small but mighty group here in Batavia with 26 members, but an international organization of over 1.2 million Rotarians.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of the types of projects you do?
Absolutely. We, from serving a meal at Lazarus House to water projects, international water projects, and the global mission of Rotary International is to eradicate polio. And since 1975-ish, they have been trying to eradicate polio. So through vaccinations throughout the world, with now down to only 36 reported cases, both in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And that's really as limited as the number is now.
Now, in the local organization, what have been some of the accomplishments that your Rotary group has done?
So we have done everything from working on a lot of hands-on projects, like at the Riverwalk, where we have donated some money and also helped out by, extending the Riverwalk and the building of the initial project, the Riverwalk project. And we go every Monday and unload the truck at the food pantry. So it's a lot of hands-on, and then also some donations that we give to support their mission as well.
And how do you do your fundraising? How do you raise the funds that you donate?
So annually we do a Corvette raffle where we sell 1,000 tickets at $100 a piece. And you can choose to either, like this year, claim a 2016 Corvette convertible.
Wow.
Or $40,000 in cash. So we take the funds that are raised from that, $100,000 minus whatever we give for the car or the cash, and that is all reinvested annually back into the community at a local or international level.
So you're both service-oriented as well as fundraising-oriented. It's a combination of the two things.
Absolutely. So it just helps us to take those funds, help others out, and then also, if we can, help them out with our hands as well.
So you meet weekly then? Is that your pattern?
We do. We are a breakfast meeting. We meet every Tuesday morning at 7:15 a.m. at Enticing Cuisine. And we have a meal together, and then typically a presentation where somebody comes in either to speak about a hobby or speak about their organization and why they would like to be a recipient of some of our donations.
Okay. As a member, what are some of the expectations that are made of your members?
Besides getting up super early every Tuesday morning.
That's a big one.
It is. It's a big one, especially for me, and I have 2 little boys at home, so rousting them and also getting myself together for a 7:15 a.m. meeting every Tuesday morning is quite a challenge. Other than that, we have a 4-way test. So we ask all Rotarians to think of these 4 things and everything they think, say, or do, and that's that what they're doing or saying is the truth. Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? So those kind of each, as Rotarians, we're supposed to live our lives not only personally but professionally under those 4, that mantra.
And why should somebody join the Rotary? I mean, this is an investment of time and a commitment, and I'm sure that there's some expectations for some financial investment in this. What are some of the things that are the benefits of being in the Rotary?
Well, I'll tell you a little bit of the story of, why I joined Rotary. And yes, there is a financial commitment. It's $200 a quarter to be a member. Breakfasts are included. A portion of that goes towards, again, appropriations that are distributed out into the community. The rest of it goes towards us getting together in our meetings. But what we do is, my story is that I looked at it like in my heart I had the desire to give back. I wanted to do things, I wanted to help out, and there's so many great organizations in our community and the Tri-Cities, the state, the nation, the world, that we could all put our time or our money to. And it became overwhelming, but also I had lots of excuses why I couldn't do it, right? So when I came to my first meeting, I looked at it like I was, number one, in a breakfast situation, sharing a meal with some of our greatest businessmen, other community activists, and others that had big hearts in our community. And I looked around the room and I said, you know, I want to be like that guy, and I really want to be like that girl. And it just was more natural for me. I was like, okay, well, not only am I going to be giving and providing service to those that are in need, I'm also going to be creating relationships with people that we are doing things together. And so you can accomplish more as a group than you can, I feel, as an individual, especially when it comes to eradicating polio or serving a meal at Lazarus House. Combined effort always seems to be good. And it's just, we have a really good time. We enjoy each other's company.
So if somebody's interested in learning more about Rotary, how can they learn more?
So we have 2 websites. So if you are interested in purchasing a ticket to our Corvette raffle, which the drawing is November of every year, tickets are always available, but with a limit of 1,000, and we have sold out the last 2 years.
Oh my goodness.
So or if you want to find out more about our club specifically, there's 2 different websites. So BataviaRotaryClub.org is for our own website, and then BataviaRotaryCharities.com is the website where you can go to learn more about purchasing a ticket for our Corvette raffle.
Thank you so much for telling us more about Rotary. I hope a lot of people decide they're going to check it out and see if it's for them, and maybe find ways that they can also give back to the community through Rotary. So thank you so much for sharing.
And thank you so much for inviting me to be here, Ellen.
And now we'll take a brief time out to hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Tom Wangler, President of Confident Air. Regular maintenance can prolong the life of your furnace and keep your energy costs to a minimum. Plus, there's less of a chance of a breakdown on a cold winter night. Your furnace needs proper care and attention to keep it running smoothly, so you don't end up paying too much for heating during the cold winter months, or worse yet, with deadly carbon monoxide poisoning. We recommend an annual inspection to ensure safe operation. Confident Air, your trusted home comfort professionals since 1992.
The Drendel and Jansen's Law Group has practiced law in Aurora since 1961 and in Batavia since 1994.
We focus our energy on representing people and businesses and families in the local community.
We represent clients in Kane and surrounding counties in matters ranging from divorce to wills, business law to zoning.
We focus our efforts on planning and working towards positive resolutions for businesses and families.
When clients need someone to fight for their interests, we're ready, willing, and able to act as aggressive advocates to protect their interests.
Drendel and Jansen's Law Group with offices in Batavia and Aurora and located on the web at batavialaw.com.
The Kane County Chronicle is your best source for news and information in print and online in the Tri-Cities and Caneland.
This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
Downtown Batavia, always moving by nature. Recreation. Nature. The arts. Specialty shops. Restaurants and services. Downtown is everyone's neighborhood. Come, celebrate, meet friends, unwind.
See you downtown.
Our next guest is James Zukowski, president of the Talk of the Town Toastmasters. So tell us, James, what is Toastmasters?
Toastmasters is an international organization that was founded about 90 years ago by Ralph Smedley to help initially young men learn how to be more comfortable speaking in front of groups, giving toasts, as an example, at an event. But it also helps develop leadership skills so that as you become more confident in front of the group, you also take on different roles to be able to learn how to become a better leader in whatever it is that you're doing in your life. It's been around for, as I said, about 90 years now, and there are over 15,000 clubs worldwide in 135 countries. So it's made a worldwide mark. Toastmasters International is the main organization.
That's a lot of talking.
Yes, 90 years and thousands and thousands and thousands of people.
So what do you do when you meet?
Well, we have a set agenda. It runs from 7 o'clock when the gavel strikes to start and ends at 8:15 in the morning on Fridays.
Good morning.
Yes. And we found that for those of us that don't always get along well with mornings, that it helps wake us up and get us going and energizes us for not just the day, but the weekend. It starts out with introductions, and we have generally 3 speakers who have prepared speeches. We have a section called Table Topics, which is spontaneous, off-the-cuff speaking for 1 to 2 minutes. And we also have evaluations of those pre-set speeches so that the speakers will get feedback on what it is they said and how they can improve what they're doing so that they can become better speakers, become more comfortable in front of groups, become more comfortable in front of committees, in front of the CEO, or become the CEO, being able to speak to the board of directors, to the shareholders, and be comfortable doing that.
So it involves communication, verbal communication in a whole range of settings and in a whole range of situations.
Exactly. Our setting is essentially a meeting room, but it prepares people for all kinds of settings. We occasionally do step out of the meeting room and into a larger venue so that we can have as many as 200 or 300 people, although we have not had that large a group. We also have contests. There are 2 contests, well, I'll call them seasons. Our current contest season is coming up this fall, and our contests for our club are set for September 25th. The winners from that will go up to the area, which is on October 3rd, then to the division on October 24th, and then to the district, which is in November, mid-November, and that's going to be held down in Normal.
Okay.
There are also spring contests. And for this session, we're going to have humorous speeches and table topics. So it's a spontaneous group as well as a humorous group.
So what happens if somebody is terrified of speaking?
Those are the best people to come and play with us. I was fortunate enough to hear a speech given by one of our members, and she told the story about one person who was absolutely horrified to get in front of people, to speak in front of people. The curriculum for speaking lays out a series of 10 speeches, starting with the icebreaker, which is, tell us about yourself. In his case, he had, the whole speech is 4 to 6 minutes, and he got about 4 words out in that entire time. In the 4 minutes. As soon as the green card came up, 4 minutes done, thank you, and he was out of there. And this lady gave him the evaluation for that speech. And she said, you are one of the most courageous people I have ever seen, because you have taken the first step in overcoming your greatest fear.
Absolutely.
And as strange as it sounds, studies over the years have been conducted, and the 2 greatest fears that people have are death and public speaking, but not in that order.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so at a funeral, most people would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy.
I don't think I'd want to be in the casket. I just don't think so.
No, not me either.
So tell us, when do you meet and where do you meet?
We meet every Friday morning at 7 o'clock at the Homestead Retirement Center, and it is promptly at 7. So if people want to come and join us, by all means, we invite you to come and play in our sandbox. Find out if it's something that you like, and we would strongly advise being there maybe about 10 or 15 minutes early. And that way we can get you oriented, introduce you to a couple of people, and find out what it's like there. And the meeting runs until 8:15, which gives most people plenty of time to get up, out, and to their workspace. And we get a lot done in that 75 minutes. And that's held, again, at the Homestead Retirement Center in Batavia.
So how can somebody learn more?
Well, our website is talkofthetowntI.com. All of the information that you would need is there. Directions, time, when we are meeting, each meeting has a different theme to it, so you can see what the different themes are, and a few links to various videos that we have available, photos, and so on.
You know, James, thank you so much for telling us about this. I'm sure there's many people that are in our audience that would be very interested in this, because it is a skill that's very important.
That it is, and for growing and evolving through life, being able to speak in a public situation and spontaneously is something that most people are afraid of, but can extremely grow from.
Great, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And now we'll take a brief time out to hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be back in a moment.
Hi, I'm Tom Wangler, President of Confident Air. Regular maintenance can prolong the life of your furnace and keep your energy costs to a minimum. Plus, there's less of a chance of a breakdown on a cold winter night. Your furnace needs proper care and attention to keep it running smoothly, so you don't end up paying too much for heating during the cold winter months, or worse yet, with deadly carbon monoxide poisoning. We recommend an annual inspection to ensure safe operation. Confident Air, your trusted home comfort professionals since 1992.
The Drendel and Jansen's Law Group has practiced law in Aurora since 1961 and in Batavia since 1994.
We focus our energy on representing people and businesses and families in the local community.
We represent clients in Keene and surrounding counties in matters ranging from divorce to wills, business law to zoning.
We focus our efforts on planning and working towards positive resolutions for businesses and families.
When clients need someone to fight for their interests, we're ready, willing, and able to act as aggressive advocates to protect their interests.
Drendel and Jansen's Law Group with offices in Batavia and Aurora and located on the web at batavialaw.com.
The King County Chronicle is your best source for news and information in print and online in the Tri-Cities and Caneland.
This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country. This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
This is Chronicle Country.
Downtown Batavia, always moving by nature. Recreation. Nature. The arts. Specialty shops. Restaurants and services. Downtown is everyone's neighborhood. Come, celebrate, meet friends, unwind.
See you downtown.
Our final guest today is Daniel Heckel, Community Outreach Coordinator for Marmion. Good afternoon, Dan.
Good afternoon, Ellen.
Can you tell us, what is Marmion?
Marmion is a Catholic Benedictine college preparatory high school for boys, and it's been in the Fox Valley area since 1933.
And now I know it's affiliated with a church or the church community. Can you tell us what that affiliation is?
Yes, it is located inside of the Rockford Diocese. It's a Catholic school, and although we are part of the Rockford Diocese, we don't receive funding from the diocesan churches in the area.
Now, so Marmion includes both the college preparatory school and there's other things as well?
Correct.
That are part of Marmion?
Correct. So there's a lot of different programs that Marmion organizes in the area to help the communities. But the main organizations of Marmion consist of the Academy, the Abbey, Abbey Farms, the Priory in Central America.
Can you tell us a little bit about what each of those do?
Yep. The Academy, started by the monks from Jasper, Indiana in 1933, now comprises of 531 boys and grades 9 through 12.
Okay.
The Abbey was established in the 40s, became an independent abbey in the 50s, and it's been home to hundreds of monks since the inception, men and oblates committed to the work of God and serving to bring Christianity to the world. Sunday Mass is at 11 if you're ever interested in attending. The Abbey Farm, which people might recognize driving down Butterfield Road, is actually the way the Abbey has paid its bills since its inception. So the Christmas trees and the wreaths, for a long time, were their only sense of income. So about 15 years ago, the farm manager, Mr. Voren, said, why don't we make this a little bit more of a family atmosphere? And that's why he's expanded it. And then with the building of the Nagel Emporium, which is a banquet and event facility, together that's really brought the Abbey Farms to more of a community level. Pumpkin Days runs from the middle of September till Halloween, where your families can come out and pick up pumpkins and have fun, and it's right in the backyard, so it's nice and local. Finally, though, the one that people don't realize, and it's sort of our best kept secret. The monks from Jasper, Indiana came to Aurora and started Marmion Academy, but they're called through their mission to go out and continue that model. And so they started in the 60s a priory down in the San Jose Priory in Quetzaltenango, Guatemala. It's a mouthful.
Wow.
But there again, it's a school for young men in Central America. The motto of the Benedictines is to work for God and to pray, ora et labora, to work and pray.
And so Marmion is, the school part is college prep, and is it all male or is it co-ed now?
It's actually all male still, and you know, one of the things that Marmion has always been viewed as is sort of this school off of Butterfield that nobody really knows anything about. So it's been interesting because that single gender obviously is unique in itself, but the big difference is that we have these three pillars. It's spirituality, academic excellence, and leadership. And through the spirituality, we give kids the confidence in their spiritual life. It doesn't have to be Catholic, but we teach kids about all of the different religions of the world. We also read scripture, so it's sort of an overview of what the different spiritualities are out there. So a kid, once he leaves Marmion, will have a spiritual foundation to build upon. So the academic excellence, 100% of our kids get accepted to college.
Wow.
Not every year will everyone go to college, but they all get accepted to colleges. And so the academic excellence pillar is really keeping the challenge up to the boys to continue to learn, and that's throughout life. So finally, the leadership pillar, we do that through athletics, through the campus ministry, and then the one that most people know about is the military and leadership program. Leadership, education, and development. So through all of those things, we instill in the boys a service, sense of service, so that they can go out into the community and really be leaders in the community.
Now, besides the school there, and you mentioned that there's Abbey Farms, and it's expanded recently. Has there always been the sales of the various things there, the pumpkins and the trees and all that other wonderful things?
That's been in the recent past, and the expansion of the produce and such now. It's amazing how they've expanded the offering, as well as the Nagel Emporium being a great place to hold parties. It's been great, and so having that ability to come by, pick up a few ears of corn, not have to run out to another store, and having it fresh from the farm is just a unique experience.
So you really grow your own corn out there?
We bring in some of it. Most of the produce, though, we do bring in from other farms.
Okay.
So we focus mostly on pine trees, and then we do have corn on campus, too.
And so do the students there participate in corning and treeing?
Nah, the tree fields, they do participate in helping maintain the tree fields, but the corn fields are usually maintained by real farmers. So
we want the corn to be edible and upright, right?
Yep. But actually, one of the neat things at the pumpkin days is that they have a corn maze. So they cut a path through the corn, and so the kids can go in and play and sort of have a good time with that.
Oh my gosh. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe one or two of your recent graduates? What have your graduates been doing?
You know what? We've got so many amazing graduates. We've got a few of them that have gone on to participate in the Olympics, a few of them that have gone on to the service to serve their country in one way, shape, or form, whether it's the academies, service academies, or gone into mission work, or gone into Physicians Without Borders. So it's really it's sort of unfair to focus on just one, but I can tell you that it's amazing to hear some of the stories of these guys coming back and saying, well, I finished college last year and now I'm with Doctors Without Borders and doing some of the volunteer work that they do. And I don't know if I'd have the charisma or the calling for that, but it's amazing to see what some of the guys are doing.
So how can people learn more about Marmion? If they want to learn more and maybe think about sending their son there, or other things about the various things you offer, how can they learn more?
Yep. Well, you can always come by and see the campus. You can feel free to call me or call the Academy at 897-6936. You can email me at dheckle, that's D-H-E-C-K-L-E, @marmion.org. Or you can also drive through and take a look at the campus, and the signage for the Abbey Farms is very accessible, so just stop by and take a look. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and as well at marmion.org on the website.
Daniel, thank you so much for spending some time with us and telling us about Marmion. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen.
And thanks for tuning in to Batavia Spotlight. Remember, you can watch us on Comcast Channel 17, AT&T UVerse Channel 99, or on our website, www.mybatv.com. I'm your host, Ellen Huxtable, and we'll see you again next time. If you have any questions or comments, please contact us at 630-937-5413 or email us at info@mybatv.com.